What's up, guys? This is the Philosophical Doomer, aka Lucunia, and this video today is about how we as Doomers can create environments that could cultivate positive life experiences. Being a man in this position, we've been bullied and ridiculed our entire lives for the way we look, or our mental conditions, or a combination of both. Right? Also, we know women or people in general only care about looks. Right? We know we don't fit the standard. We know many of us won't have wife and children. All the things I just listed, most of us really can't change. But why do our lives have to be filled with so much despair, resentment, and depression? Then we turn to YouTube to vent about it, which is not necessarily bad. However, if everybody vents about it and keeps venting about it, we begin to create what we have now, an echo chamber. My point is, we know what we can't do or get, but what can we do to mitigate our suffering for the position we're in? The only tools in place can't just be copes or YouTube, because those things can only last for so long before you get tired of them. Furthermore, to better deal with our position or situation, how about meeting up with other Doomers to build real friendships that we never really had? Right? How about creating days of celebration for the ones who have fallen victim to societal bias as a vehicle for us to gather and exchange ideas? How about creating real spaces for us where we can feel comfortable in our own skins around each other so we can socialize to feel more motivated to come out of our rooms? How about we start making more videos like that instead of all the videos being sad or depressing? Right? Let me tell you one thing about mindset. It may not determine your future, but it will determine the next moves you will make that could be crucial to where you wind up in the future. I mean, some of these guys you've been talking to for years online in this community, don't you want to meet them in person to build something real if you can? Because you can only be friends with people who empathize with you, who understand you. See, that's where the respect and the genuine care for one another is coming from. Right? You have people who have similar experiences and an outlook on them that most people don't have. Right? Our entire lives we've been trying to make friends with normies. And now look at us. We've been downed. We've been distraughted. Right? We've been defeated by life. Another thing we should celebrate is the ones who have fallen, to pay proper respects to those like Renegade or Baraka for the experiences and knowledge they shared, as well as a memory of what might happen to us if we don't deal with our problems better by building a stronger community. We need better tools in place to get us out of loneliness, to get us out of suicidal thoughts, right? To get us out of ER thoughts. We must have tools or things in place so this community can progress and move forward in the future. Finally, the last point I want to stress is creating real spaces, right, where we can be comfortable in our own skins for the way we look or other issues that makes us outcast to society. The gays and trans people did it with having their own bars and clubs or ballrooms, right, where they could enjoy and express themselves without being patronized or looked down on by society. And look at them now. That community is a force to be reckoned with. That community is so powerful they changed the way society uses pronouns. And if you don't comply, you could lose your job, or worse, you could be ostracized by other groups. Lastly, right, you can't tell me, right? We just have to deal with this shit alone and by ourselves because it doesn't work. Look at Renegade and Baraka. If the community was stronger through real friendships, having days to celebrate and gather and exchange ideas in real spaces where we feel comfortable with who we are, right? Do you think they would have done what they did to themselves? Right? So I'm going to leave you with this. Together we stand, but divided we fall.